Hello, Dr. C and fellow online oral communication class members. My name is Tamara Keller. Call me Tammy. And this is the first of 3 speeches I will be posting. This is my narrative speech. For this assignment, we were asked to comment on our worst communication experience. And lo and behold, I happen to have a pretty poor communication experience earlier in the week. Convenient, I know. This conversation happened to happen between my spouse and I, interpersonal communication, and it seems that this can happen more often with your spouse, or maybe it does, simply because the more time you're spending more time with them, you're spending more communication time with them, so the odds of something arising or making poor communication choices increases with them as with other people. Now, it's important to note here that my man is very politically involved. He loves politics. He takes them very seriously. So naturally, our poor communication happened between a difference of viewpoints within political realm. We were discussing Michelle Obama, our First Lady's work through the school lunch program, and we took 2 different views. This kind of riled him up a little bit because we normally agree so much when it comes to political topics that it threw him off a little bit, I think, that I was taking a different viewpoint on it than he was. So he started to get a little bit agitated, voice started raising a little bit, started talking a bit faster, started getting more and more agitated, building up, until it got to the point that I had told him that every time we disagree on political issues, he gets mad. And if that was going to be the case, I was just no longer going to have political conversations with him. Did you catch that all statement in there? Because I made it. I did tell him every time we have a difference, you get mad. But that's not true. There's been plenty of conversations that we've had, especially in politics, that we take different viewpoints and it doesn't turn into an argument. For some reason, it just did this time. We let our emotions take hold of us, and emotions kept rising and rising and rising until I just started to shut down. I most definitely have the flight and not the fight instinct. So I just started to shut down. And what started out as just a normal everyday political conversation turned into an attack on one another because we shortly quit using the I statements, started using the you statements. And I normally have pretty good self-monitoring skills, but when I'm frustrated, I no longer do. So my you statements were definitely coming out in addition to his you statements. This was the time that I told him I thought we needed to take some time apart, cool down, and we did. Went to our opposite ends of the house for about half an hour, came back to the living room, sat down, and after that we were able to have a perfectly normal, productive conversation after those emotions had subsided. So another part of this assignment was to state what we had learned from this experience, or something that we've taken away from this poor communication experience. What I took away from this communication experience was simply this. If my man, every time we had a disagreement, would say to me, "You're beautiful, I'm wrong, you're right, I love you, you're the smartest woman in the world," we would have no communication problems. Seriously. Okay, no, I'm just joking. Although that would help, I'm just joking because I know that'll never happen. What I did take away from this conversation with my spouse was that when I get frustrated, my communication skills go out the window. I should have never used the all statement. I did use a lot of you statements, which are not productive in a conversation. And I also learned, though, however, that time away from one another to let those emotions subside, that really actually helped our conversation and was able to bring us back to what was important. And we were able to have a productive conversation after that. So that's about all I have to say about my narrative speech. I look forward to watching all of my classmates' speeches, and that's all I have to say. Ta-ta for now.